Maitreya Sadgurudeva Dattayatreya Sadgurudeva देहि देहि तव श्रीपाद सेवा देहि देहि तव श्रीपाद सेवा तुम ही ब्रह्म सनातन देवा तुम ही ब्रह्म सनातन देवा विष्णु नारायण श्री वासुदेवा विष्णु नारायण श्री वासुदेवा पन्नग भूषण शिव महदेवा पन्नग भूषण शिव महदेवा देहि देहि तव श्रीपाद सेवा देहि देहि तव श्रीपाद सेवा देहि देहि तव श्रीपाद सेवा दत्तात्रेया सद्गुरुदेवा श्रीपाद सेवा तुम ही ब्रह्म सनातन देवा विष्णु नारायण श्री वासुदेवा पन्नग भूषण शिव महदेवा देहि देहि तव श्रीपाद सेवा देहि देहि तव श्रीपाद सेवा देहि देहि तव श्रीपाद सेवा दत्तात्रेया सद्गुरुदेवा
Sairam, hands that serve are holier than lips that pray, says Swami. Here are reflections from all your Sai Seva at the Sri Sathya Sai Center at Houston. Our first back to school backpack and clothes seva at Phyllis Wheatley High School, where we gave 260 backpacks This is 800 students. Approximately half are African American and half Latino.
Three. Hello, hello. I'm honored to be before you, and I want to give a special thanks to Sai family and all of the contributors to our successful back to school bash. I'm Sabrina Cubic King, honored to be the principal of the Phyllis Wheatley High School. See you all soon. Thanks.
In this Seva, we partnered with an organization called Books for Development. We went to downtown to a warehouse where there were many books. We sorted books according to the different categories and we packed them to send to schools in Africa and to local jails. And in fact, the coordinator told us that just working just that morning would help to serve 700 kids in an elementary school in Africa. It was so touching to hear the coordinator also tell us that their motto was just by educating one girl child, they would actually serve to educate a whole new generation. Well, you saw the food for the mind activity and now food for the stomach, of course. September being Hunger Action Month, along with second servings of Houston, a food rescue nonprofit. We facilitated a cereal drive, and as you can see, we had van loads of cereal that we donated all around Houston downtown. Also, we participated in a community food drive. We do this once in 3 months in the fifth week end of the month. And on Saturdays, between 8 and 11, there are at least about 200 families and cars that drive through. And we do this community grocery pickup and food drive along with the Mission Bells Food Pantry, which have actually been doing this in the Houston Metroplex for over 35 years. The Women's Home in Houston builds communities that strengthen women and support families as they reclaim their stability. A perfect opportunity that Swami has afforded us to give hygiene kits for the women in this home. Here are some pictures from the tree planting seva that we did along with this organization called Trees for Houston. Our largest seva is our food rescue seva that we do weekly, and this is in collaboration with Second Servings of Houston, where we get bread from 3 different Krogers, from cafeteria, from Snap Kitchen, from MyFit Foods, and give it to many of the downtown shelters, and as well as Mission Bell's food pantry. Swami says, Manav Sevaye Madhava Seva. Every month, we conduct an at-home Narayana Seva where many of the devotees prepare different dishes and we come together, box them, and take them to different downtown shelters. And here's a picture of one such seva where we did 250 boxed meals to the different shelters in downtown. And we vary the kinds of food between Spanish, Asian, Indian, American food, etc. Before we conclude this seva presentation, I'd like to talk about a unique seva that we have initiated here along with SSSE, which it's a one-on-one mentoring and community help with the Juvenile Detention Center. Swami has said that when a criminal is punished after being found guilty, he is kept in prison. Only the body gets punished, but the real culprit is the mind which caused the convict to commit this crime. And Swami says that if you're able to show some aspect of controlling the mind and helping even one such individual see the light, then you have done a great service. this is what we hope to do. It is a really endearing opportunity where you meet girls and boys who are kind of like your own little children and almost as innocent as them. And so I'd love to talk to you about it. If interested, please contact the service coordinator, Kumar, and he will point to how this seva can be done. It does need citizenship, a US citizenship, and also some training. But once that is done and fingerprinting is done, then you're matched with a juvenile and you can help them through the process. Thank you, Saira. Come join us in all of these seva activities. Thank you, Swami, for your love and your continued grace and giving us the opportunity to transform ourselves through your seva. Sai Ram.
Om Sri Sai Sathya Swarupaaya Namaha. परायणाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई वरदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सत्पुरुषाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सत्यगुणात्मने नमः। ॐ श्री साई साधुवर्धनाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई साधुजनपोषणाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वज्ञाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वजनप्रियाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वशक्तिमूर्तये नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वसर्गपरित्यागिने नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वान्तर्यामिने नमः। ॐ श्री साई महिमात्मने नमः। ॐ श्री साई महेश्वर स्वरूपाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई भक्तिग्रामोद्भवाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई पत्तिक्षेत्र निवासिने नमः। ॐ श्री साई यशकाय शिरडिवासिने नमः। ॐ श्री साई ज्योतियादिपल्ली सोमप्पाय नमः।
ॐ श्री साई भारद्वाज ऋषिगोत्राय नमः। ॐ श्री साई भक्तवत्सलाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई अपान्तरात्मने नमः। ॐ श्री साई अवतारमूर्तये नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वभयनिवारिणे नमः। ॐ श्री साई आपस्तम्भसूत्राय नमः। ॐ श्री साई अभयप्रदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई रत्नाकरवंशोद्भवाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई शिरडी साई अवेदशक्त्यावताराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई शङ्कराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई शिरडी साई मूर्तये नमः। ॐ श्री साई द्वारकामायि वासिने नमः। ॐ श्री साई चित्रावती तटपुट्टपन्तिविहारिणे नमः। ॐ श्री साई शक्तिप्रदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई शरणागतत्राणाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई आनन्दाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई आनन्ददाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई आर्तत्राणपरायणाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई अनाथनाथाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई असहाय सहायाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई लोकबान्धवाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई लोकरक्षपरायणाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई लोकनाथाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई दीनजनपोषणाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई मुक्तित्रयस्वरूपाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई मुक्तिप्रदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई कलुषविदूराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई करुणाकराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वाधाराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वहृद्वासिने नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वपुण्यफलप्रदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वपापक्षयकराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वरोगनिवारिणे नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वभागहराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई अनन्तनुतकर्तृणे नमः। ॐ श्री साई आदिपुरुषाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई आदिशक्तये नमः। ॐ श्री साई अपरूपशक्तिने नमः। ॐ श्री साई अव्यक्तरूपिणे नमः। ॐ श्री साई कामक्रोधध्वंसिने नमः। ॐ श्री साई कनकाम्बरधारिणे नमः। ॐ श्री साई अद्भुतचर्याय नमः। ॐ श्री साई आपद्बान्धवाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई प्रेमात्मने नमः। ॐ श्री साई प्रेममूर्तये नमः। ॐ श्री साई प्रेमप्रदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई प्रियाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई भक्तप्रियाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई भक्तमन्दाराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई भक्तजनहृदयविहाराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई भक्तजनहृदयालयाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई भक्तपराधीनाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई भक्तिज्ञानप्रदीपाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई भक्तिज्ञानप्रदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सुज्ञानमार्गदर्शकाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई ज्ञानस्वरूपाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई गीताबोधकाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई ज्ञानसिद्धिदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सुन्दररूपाय नमः ॐ श्री साई पुण्यपुरुषाय नमः
ॐ श्री साई फलप्रदाय नमः ॐ श्री साई पुरुषोत्तमाय नमः ॐ श्री साई पुराणपुरुषाय नमः ॐ श्री साई अतीताय नमः ॐ श्री साई कालातीताय नमः ॐ श्री साई सिद्धिरूपाय नमः ॐ श्री साई सिद्धसंकल्पाय नमः ॐ श्री साई आरोग्यप्रदाय नमः ॐ श्री साई अन्नवस्त्रदाय नमः ॐ श्री साई संसार दुःखक्षयकराय नमः ॐ श्री साई सर्वाभीष्टप्रदाय नमः ॐ श्री साई कल्याणगुणाय नमः ॐ श्री साई कर्मध्वंसिने नमः ॐ श्री साई साधुमानसशोभिताय नमः ॐ श्री साई सर्वसमसम्मताय नमः ॐ श्री साई साधुमानसपरिशोधकाय नमः ॐ श्री साई साधकानुग्रह वटवृक्षप्रतिष्ठामाताय नमः ॐ श्री साई सकल संशयहराय नमः ॐ श्री साई सकल तत्वबोधकाय नमः ॐ श्री साई योगीश्वराय नमः ॐ श्री साई योगीन्द्रवन्दिताय नमः ॐ श्री साई सर्वमङ्गलकराय नमः ॐ श्री साई सर्वसिद्धिप्रदाय नमः ॐ श्री साई आपन्निवारिणे नमः ॐ श्री साई आर्तिहराय नमः ॐ श्री साई शान्तमूर्तये नमः ॐ श्री साई सुलभप्रसन्नाय नमः ॐ श्री साई भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबाय नमः।
live. This is how we should live. Give a little love every day. Give a little bit of kindness every day. Then a smile will come your way. If you learn how to give, this is how we should live. Give a little bit of kindness every day. Oh, this is next to me. Now all a short skit on love and action. Listening at the notice three of our record. Once upon a time, there was a very noble king. His ministers and court were very famous for their wit and wisdom. One day, a sage entered the court. He was given a warm welcome with all honor due to him. The king asked him, O king, your court is well known for its wit and wisdom. I have brought 3 dolls which look alike, but there is a difference between it. I would like your ministers to identify the difference. Oh, minister, may you please examine the 3 dolls? Is there any difference between them? Yes, king. I will examine the 3 dolls.
Sister, go inside.
He presented to the king the 3 dolls. The king looked at the dolls which were really identical. He then gave it to a senior minister. Soja, come here. Can you bring me a long and thin steel wire? Here is your piece of wire, mister. He inserted the wire into the right ear of one of the dolls. It came out of the left ear. He kept it aside. He took up the second doll. He once again inserted the wire into the right ear. It came out of the mouth of the doll. He kept it in one place. He again inserted the wire into the right ear. It neither came out of the ear nor the mouth. The king and the courtiers were eagerly watching the scene. Oh, respected sage, out of the 3 dolls, the third one is the best one. Can you explain why the third doll is best? Yes, respected sage. The 3 dolls actually represent 3 types of listening. There are 3 types of listeners in the world. The first type listens well, listens to every word, only to pass it out from the other ear. The second type of listeners listen well, remember well, only to speak out what they have heard. The third type of listeners listen well, remember well, and treasure it up in their heart. They are the best type of listeners. O king, your court has proved it is full of wisdom. Thank you, and God bless your kingdom. to all. Our lives are filled with worries and struggles. Having faith in the Lord and dedicating everyday chores and tasks to Him causes all these worries to
Sister,
evaporate
you can't be in the
completely.
front.
We, the students of Swami, are here to present to you Oka Chinna Katha, a short story from Swami, a lesson in true devotion. One day, sage Narada visited Lord Vishnu's divine abode.
Narayana, Narayana, my Lord, there isn't a devotee as faithful and dedicated as me. I spread your message far and wide, singing your praises and chanting your name.
Narada, you have always been a devoted soul, but you have too much ego, and this blinds you to the truth. Let me teach you a lesson.
What lesson, my Lord? I am your most ardent devotee.
There is a farmer who, despite his humble life, is a true devotee. Visit this farmer, learn from him, and you will understand.
Narada visits the farmer's village. He sees him working in the field all day long, tending to cattle and carrying out his daily chores. He observes that the farmer prayed as soon as he woke up. O Lord, I am born now from the womb of sleep. I am determined to carry out all tasks this day as offerings to Thee. Let Thee ever present before my mind's eye. Make my words, thoughts, and deeds sacred and pure. Let me not inflict pain on anyone. Let no one inflict pain on me. Direct me, guide me this day. The farmer prayed before he had his meals. He also prayed in the night before going to bed. O Lord, the tasks of this day, whose burden I place on you this morning, are over. It was you who made me walk and talk and think and act. I therefore place at thy feet all my words, thoughts, and deeds. My task is done. Receive me. I am coming back to you.
The farmer remembers the Lord's name only 3 times a day. I sing His glory all the time. How does the Lord regard him as a more faithful devotee than I? Narayana, Narayana. Narayana, Narayana, my Lord, I have observed the farmer. He hardly mentions your name. Yet you claim he is a better devotee than me.
Narada, I have a task for you. Carry this pot of water on your head and walk around without...
What happened?
spilling a drop.
Narada takes the pot of water and walks carefully. He completes the task and returns to Vishnu.
How many times did you remember my name while carrying the pot of water on your head?
I couldn't remember your name, my lord. I was too focused on not spilling the water.
Narada, The farmer carries so much burden, much more than a pot of water. But he remembers me always. He is mindful of his duties and God's name. True devotion lies in your heart, not the number of times you utter my name.
Thank you, Lord Vishnu. I have learned my lesson. Devotion is not about the number of times you chant the Lord's name, but about dedicating your everyday tasks to Him and carrying the burdens of life with faith. Swami says, the essence of bhakti, devotion, is love and not formal exercises in japa, chanting, or worship of various kinds. Worship should be offered to the divine who resides in all beings. Love is God, live in love. Dedicate all actions to the Lord. This is the highest knowledge. Love should become a way of life. That alone is true devotion. Jai Sai Ram.
Swami, whose 98th birthday we are celebrating today. We, the online SSSE students, offer a small presentation in front of Swami to celebrate his advent to this earth and giving us all the love through all the divine resources provided to us. Swami says, life is a song, sing it. Here's an invocation song from Shravanti, one of Swami's first bhajans.
Salutations, O wise man.
I'm Lewis, and I come from the U.S. to see you and talk to you.
Please, do come in. I am very happy to see you. Let me get you some food and water.
Thank you so much for giving me the time to visit with you. I have many questions to ask you, but let me start off with asking you, where is all your furniture?
Haha, why is everyone so confused? I am an old man after all, and I don't need much to have around me. Whenever somebody visits, they offer me and some others food. So I don't really need much. Let me ask you the same question. Where are your baggages?
I'm just a tourist. I'm passing by, so I just have these 2 bags.
Oh no, dear son. Let me explain. We come to live on this planet to think that we are staying here permanently. However, in this frame of existence, we are staying here only temporarily. I too am just passing by. See this dewdrop on this lotus? This is how we should be. We should not get attached to worldly desires. Instead, seek on what is permanent.
Oh, wise man, what is permanent? Please tell me.
We are all God. When we shed our baggages of desires, we will then come to realize that we are one, and that we should all love all and serve all.
Thank you for sharing this profound truth.
Swami says we need to curb our desires and use our divine resources. There are 4 components. Do not waste time, money, food, and energy. We can learn this lesson from nature all around us.
We have been learning to first curb our desires for food that is not sattvic. Our food is a divine resource. We consume food for the body, we consume food for the mind through the 5 senses. Only when we conquer the excessive desires, we can have a healthy temple or body for Swami to reside in. This is the only way to think, say, and do good things.
Let us see some of our Sai love in action. We each prepared a sattvic and healthy and nutritious treat. We made sure not to waste any money. We poured our hearts into the seva, did our prayer, and offered to the other people that do not have enough food on their plate every day. Let us see some of these pictures.
Save your food for those who need. Everything is divine. Save your food for those who need. Everything is divine. Save your money for selfless deed. Everything is divine. Save your money for selfless deed. Everything is divine.
Thank you, Swami, for showing us that food is God. We should not waste food. Sai love in action is sharing what we have with all others, since we are all one humanity. We will use our divine resources provided to us carefully. We will now end this offering to Swami with a small dance.
Oh Lord, purify me and make my heart worth stealing. Lord, purify me and make my heart worth stealing. A precious possession that is full of loving feeling. A precious possession that is full of loving feeling. Take every good thought and take every action.
Happy birthday, Swami.
Happy birthday, Swami.
Happy birthday, Swami.
Happy birthday, Sai Baba.
You made my day by being there.
Hey Skanda, what are you doing?
I'm hungry. I have a lot to do. I'm not sure where to start.
Switch it on.
And my dad told me that I'm...
No.
Can you tap on it? Hi, Larry. Well, I have a lot to do, but I'm not sure where to start. My dad told me. Hi, Larry. Well, I have a lot to do, but I'm not sure where to start. And my dad told me that I'm on my own and I need to start figuring out my priorities and what I'm going to do with my life. It's a couple more years until I graduate high school, and I'm not 100% sure what I want to be. So I thought I would do some research on career choices and did not make much of progress when you just showed up. Have you figured out what you want to do?
Oh wow, it's funny you said this. I had a similar conversation at home this weekend, and I feel like my parents are getting stressed that I'm not thinking about this at all. Every time I'm on my phone, they think I'm wasting my life and lacking focus and start lecturing me. Actually, I came to hang out and see if we could do some of the things we were supposed to do for SSE.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you're here. I've not even gotten to it, and I can't even remember what we're supposed to do. If there's any way I can get that also done, it'll be with your help.
One of the questions I remember is, why is spirituality important to embrace at a tender age, and are you being led by God? Are you resisting it or embracing it, and why?
Oh yes, I remember that question. And the other topic we're supposed to reflect on is how to gauge whether I'm my best version to offer to God. Remember we discussed about teamwork and saw that video in class? I see Shiva online. I think we should just go ahead and ask him to join us for this discussion. Let me call him. Hey Shiva, do you have some time? Larry and I are here. Can you come over or stay with us here on Zoom?
Hey Skanda. Yeah, I could talk from here on Zoom, but I have some other plans to go out shortly. So I can't come over. I have about 10 minutes. Is that okay?
Yeah, that works, Shiva. We were talking about the two topics we were supposed to reflect on. Did you have any thoughts on the following questions? Number one, why is spirituality important to embrace at a tender age, and are you being led by God? Are you resisting it or embracing it, and why? And the second question is, how to gauge whether I am my best version to offer to God?
Okay, I remember the first one. We were talking going within and how real happiness and peace are not found in wealth, decision, or power.
Guys, spiritual transformation does not come to one by a flip of a switch. Maybe it does for some exceptional reasons. Swami says that might have to do something for that.
Sadhana means practice, right?
Yes, we need to have motivation, focus, and discipline, even to do something. Sure, it takes time. So like everything else, we need to start earlier than later. I guess that is why our parents want us to be part of Balvikas.
But with all the work we already have with assignments, music classes, dance classes, and such, how can we possibly do it? So we naturally push this back. So I guess we're procrastinating.
Larry, is it exactly what Swami talked about, the analogy of enlisting in the army and being battle ready? You can't just show up one fine day, join the army, and then go to the battlefield immediately. You have to train and acquire the skills to fight, and then gain the confidence to shoot. As likely, if we don't start making our spiritual pursuit a high priority, we will never be battle ready, which in our case, we will never transform.
Let's make this actionable then, and see what we can practice as our sadhana. Shiva, do you agree that we should fill our hearts with divine thoughts?
Larry, I do believe we have to fill our hearts with divine thoughts, but that doesn't come easy. It'll take time.
Do you agree that we can consciously put others ahead of ourselves, meaning being sharing and caring and willing to make sacrifices for the benefits of others? And we should do it out of love for God and not out of fear or guilt.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense to me. It's more doable.
I guess we already knew this and have been told this all these years. Yet this is not how we are. I think the more we develop our love for God, the more we'll be motivated to practice. Swami says it must come from the source and not by force.
I was reflecting on this and wrote some thoughts down. Let me share it and see if you agree. Self-motivation is the inner drive to achieve one's goals, regardless of external challenges. It often requires sacrifices in form of time, effort, and resources. To stay self-motivated, one needs to manage time well and avoid distractions. Good company can also help, as they offer support, encouragement, and inspiration. These factors are interrelated in a complex web that influences one's self-motivation and goal attainment.
You know, I'm seeing some connection with our second question, which is to gauge whether I am my best version to offer to God. I'm beginning to think that if we are the way we just described, then I could just look into the mirror and just say, yes, I am offering my personal best to God and I am ready to be chosen as His instrument.
Let's revisit the discussion on team dynamics we had. Why am I on the team? Who is benefiting from whom? How do I feel about being in my team? And am I actually giving my personal best?
Let me look at my notes and read them out. So we compared two teams, one dysfunctional and one in sync. The dysfunctional team had 5 types of members: the performer, who was sincere, responsible, and productive; the highly effective doer, who was willing to learn and improve; the less effective doer, who was sporadic, out of sync, and sometimes harmful; and the potential trouble source, who was unreliable, burdensome, and untrustworthy. The worst one was the suppressive person, who deliberately undermined the team while pretending to help.
So in the other team, one in sync, they did not wait for those who were not genuine or committed or did not have the potential to change, if guided. They nurtured all the team's members who were either performers or highly effective doers. They even put up with the less effective doers. These team members were willing to relate with each other with experiences and compromises. They are willing to learn and all show the determination and motivation to work with each other towards the same common goal.
So we had the question of what kind of team member am I, and what kind of behavior dynamics do I see in my team? I think that I can do much better than I am, and so can the rest of my team. I know some that are doing nothing, or barely enough, and sometimes I tend to be like that too. The best way to lead is to lead by example, and a performer can not only show the team the right way to work, but also inspire them to want to work to their full potential. And to go one step beyond is to be selfless and put the team ahead of self. This is where the glue guy on a team comes in. They put the team before themselves and do what needs to be done. For instance, in basketball, if the team needs to rebound the ball better, the glue guy does that for them. If the team needs to play better defense, the glue guy can help with that. The glue guy is the selfless person who is okay to sacrifice doing what he wants, but rather does what the team needs from him in order to be successful.
If all the team members were like this, each one could bring their unique strengths and approaches to the table. To achieve their common goal, these team members would synergize their strengths, respect each other's differences, and communicate openly, creating a cohesive unit where they would complement and reinforce one another, ultimately driving the team towards success rather than just doing their part. This gives us an opportunity to think about the teams we are on and whether I am indeed giving my personal best, and what kind my team members are. Being on various teams at our age gives us the opportunity to practice being selfless, making sacrifices, and performing with good intention. And this is really how we can become the best versions of ourselves.
There is a very relatable budget in English that I've heard. It goes something like this.
Lord Krishna, guide us on our way. Let us be the flute on which you play. Play on us divine melody, that we may know your full reality. Lord Krishna breathes through the flute and knows how to use this flute and produces a divine melody that brings bliss to the world. He could choose from so many flutes, and when we open ourselves to being transformed from being a bamboo shoot into a best quality flute, he will then use us as his instrument of choice to do his work from his creation.
If we resist, we will simply lose out. And when we embrace this journey, we need a lot of motivation from within to be focused, disciplined, and patient. And the Lord is also patiently waiting for us, watching over us, and being there with us all the way. And this is the time where we can strengthen our bond with Him. So far, good discussion, right? I think we should wind up. Should have some place to go, right?
Yes, I agree. Let's take what we discussed and apply it in all the other teams we're a part of. I know it's getting late, so let me summarize our sadhana before we get called back home. Our life should be prioritized as following: duty, God, others, and myself. Duty shows dedication to our roles and duties in society, family, or work. God gives us faith and morals to guide our actions and choices. Others inspire us to care for and help those around us, cultivating compassion and social responsibility. Myself comes last, indicating humility and selflessness, putting our obligations to duty, God, and others before our own wants and needs, leading to a harmonious and virtuous life. However, we also need to care for ourselves with devotion, discipline, focus, and motivation, so that we can be the best versions of ourselves and serve God's purpose. Okay, we'll meet in class again. Until then, Sairam to both of you.
కాబట్టి ఈ బాల్యమునందే దీని యొక్క తత్వం నేర్చుకుంటే కావాలి, దీనికి ఒక ట్రైనింగ్ కావాలి. Right from this young age, you need training. జీవితకాలంలో చేసినటువంటి స్మరణే అంత్యకాలంలో ఆదరణ. All that smarana chanting will be adharana refuge. ఈ దైవ భక్తి లేకపోతే ఎప్పుడు మనం దైవ భక్తి వస్తుంది? If you don't have devotion now, when can you cultivate? ఎప్పుడో వస్తుంది అనుకోవడం చాలా పొరపాటు. It's a mistake to think that you'll have later. ఇప్పటి నుంచినే రావాలి. It should be there right from now. మొక్క చక్కగా ఉండినప్పుడే చెట్టు కూడా చక్కగా ఉంటుంది. If the plant is straight, the tree would be straight. మొక్క వంగితే చెట్టు కూడా వంగిపోతుంది. If the plant bends, also the tree. కనుక ఇప్పటి నుంచి కూడా ఈ యొక్క వయసులో చాలా పవిత్రమైన వయసు. This tender age is sacred. దైవ భావాన్ని మనం హృదయంలో నింపుకోవాలి. త్యాగ భావాన్ని కూడా మనం హృదయంలో నింపుకోవాలి. సేవా వృత్తిలో మనం ప్రవేశించాలి. కనుకని నా కర్మ అని చెప్పినప్పుడు ఏ కర్మ చేసినప్పటికీ దైవ కర్మగా భావించాలి. Whatever you may do, you should please God. మరి ఈ వయసు లోపల మనం ఈ పవిత్రమైన భావాన్ని మన హృదయాన్ని నింపుకోకపోతే ఏనాడో మనకు వస్తాయనుకోవడం చాలా పొరపాటు. If you don't fill your heart right now with the sacred thoughts, to think that you'll have them later is a big mistake.
Sairam.
That's good.
Sai Ram, it's my distinct pleasure to introduce Brother Axay Kalathia to share his thoughts this afternoon. Dr. Kalathia has been in Swami's fold for the past 35 years, and starting as SSE teacher in 1987, he served as a mentor for young adults as well as devotional coordinator and service coordinator and regional president. At the national level, he served as a service coordinator as well as a disaster response coordinator. Currently, he is the president for the SSSGC Region 1. A practicing ENT surgeon, Brother Axay, for the past 20 years, has been a part of the medical camps in Puttaparthi as well as General Hospital. Brother Kalathia, welcome to Houston. Please share your thoughts. Thank you.
I offer myself at the divine lotus feet of our dearest Swami. Respected elders, dear Sai brothers and sisters, children, the Sai Houston family, so very, very honored to be able to come here in person and share Swami's love with all of you. We've had a wonderful start with the children's program. It was very touching. As I was sitting there reflecting, when Dr. G was introducing me, I realized it was 23 years ago, this week, that I attended my first medical camp at Prashanti Nilayam, serving as a physician. And so many lessons that Swami would drive home to us. And two lessons stuck out. One was the lesson of unity. When we were together, Swami gave us attention. When we were not together, Swami ignored us. So unity was a very, very big part of his lesson to us. The other lesson was the connection to Prashanti Nilayam. He would repeatedly tell us, this is your home. Come back. Don't ask for permission. He would remind us, this is your home. So it gives me great pleasure on a formal basis as chair of Zone 1 to once again congratulate you on forming this Sri Sathya Sai Global Council, because it's in that same spirit of the two lessons that Swami drove into me that created this beautiful center, unity and connection to Prashanti. So with that, I want to go on to the theme of this beautiful gathering that we have, and the theme is God is Love. And so I thought it would be a wonderful time to sit down and kind of go into a little bit of depth of what does that really mean? What could it mean? And I always find it both a privilege and a challenge when I'm asked to be a guest speaker. Because I take it that this is a topic that Swami feels I need to learn more about. So it's nice that you gave me this topic, because it gave me a chance to go into more depth and make sure that I'm not a hypocrite and be the first one to admit my failings and what I need to learn. So, God is love. And, is that clicker working?
No, I'm right behind you.
Okay, no problem. So let's go into detail on some of these questions. God is such a loaded term, right? What you mean by God, what I mean by God, what our neighbor means by God, what the newscasters say, I think we're all talking about different things. So what is God? What is love? Is love easy to define? How would you define love if somebody asked you what is love? What about the avatar? What does the avatar have to do with love? How did the avatar demonstrate love? And what about the other human values? How do they relate to love? So we'll delve into some of these, and let's make this interactive. We have a nice intimate group. So I might ask some questions and shout something out, and if you have questions, feel free to interrupt. And if somebody could please give me a 5-minute warning. So when it's time to stop, 5 minutes, just please wave to me. And if I'm not paying attention, jump up and down. So next slide. So of course, for all of these answers, we turn to Bhagwan. Bhagwan has given us the answers to all of these questions. There's so many spiritual seekers out in the world trying to get answers to these and many other questions. And the benefit we have is we don't have to seek the answers to these questions. They've been gifted to us. Bhagwan, the authority, the source of all these answers, has gifted them to us. And not only has he gifted them to us, he's given them in such a simple manner. Such a simple manner that the group 1 child can learn it and understand it just as much as a 90-year-old devotee. Next slide. So let's start with our first question. What is God? So one way to look at it is God is the one truth, the reality, unmodifiable, always the same. Transcendent, meaning it's beyond what we can even imagine or think of, way beyond what we can reach. And yet, immanent, that means it's more intimate and closer to us than we could ever imagine. So it's at the same time further than we can ever imagine, outside of us, and as intimate and as close to us as it possibly can be. And it's a being, it's an existence. It's an existence that encompasses the microcosm, or our universe, and it also encompasses the microcosm, our individuality. So what is the Sanskrit term? Does anybody know what the Sanskrit term is for this one truth? Ekam Sat? Good. So I think I heard Brahman, right? Brahman is one of the Sanskrit terms. When you think about the unmanifested, it's Brahman. Brahman is the divine principle. Next slide. So that's Brahman. Next slide. What is the word for microcosm? Macrocosm? Brahmanda. Microcosm? Pinanda. Next slide. So when this state of being, this Brahman, decides instead of just being, it's going to become. It's becoming. And so that creates the first vibratory motion that launches the manifestation of the universe. And this is the first karma of creation. And that's the Sanskrit term for that is Ishvara. Now we're talking about a being that has attributes. So Brahman has no attributes. Ishvara is that karmic will that now manifests to where it can have attributes. Next slide. And once it's Ishvara, now it puts into action thought, word, and deed. Next slide. So you have these desires, these thirsts that Ishvara puts out. Wisdom, the thirst for knowledge. Icha, the wish. Kriya, the action, the will. Next slide. So you have this Brahman, this unmanifest universe. And then the Brahman decides to manifest. And somebody said this before, I am one, I will be many. And what was the Sanskrit term for that?
Ekam.
Yes. Next slide, not Ekam, but similar. Next slide, advance. So Brahman, next slide. So it's the unmanifest universe is avyakta. It's unmanifest. It's being. It's Brahman. Next slide. It has three attributes. It's Sat, Chit, Ananda. It's being, but it's an infinite being. It's not just being in one place. It's an infinite being. It's awareness, but it's an infinite awareness. And it's Ananda, bliss, but an infinite bliss. Next slide. So Maya is existent within that Brahman, but it's in a latent state. It's latent. Once the Icha, once it's Ekoham Bahusya, God desires to become many, an apparent many. Next slide. So then the Maya becomes patent. So it was latent, and now it becomes patent. It becomes manifest as the universe is unfolding. Next slide, please. So we're going from Brahman, next slide. Through the principle of Sattva, we create Ishvara. Through the principle of Rajas, we create, next slide. Next slide. So Sattva creates Ishvara. Rajas creates Jiva, or the individual soul. And Tamas creates matter, Jagat, the universe. In the unmanifest, avyakta state, they're all equally balanced and not visible. When God manifests the universe, the Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas go into their different ways. They form the 5 elements, and we form the entire universe. So now we have the Sat Chit Ananda, which has always been there, but there's the addition of 2 other things, Nama and Rupa. The name and form are created, and the unmanifest universe becomes the manifest universe. Next slide. So we have this Maya that went from being latent to patent. It's manifesting. Next slide. So this Maya becomes a mirror, and when it reflects using the principle of Sattva, then through the power of Chit, the consciousness of Chit, it forms Ishvara. When that Maya reflects through Rajas, the mirror of Rajas, then it becomes Jiva, that individual soul. When that Maya reflects through the principle of Tamas, then it becomes the universe, the inert Jagat, the matter. And what animates the universe and the Jiva is the Antakarna, our mind, our chitta, our memories, our store of memories, and our ego, our body identification. Next slide. So what is the answer to this equation? Swami brings this up all the time. How many kids here have had mathematics? What is 3 minus 1? What is the spiritual answer to 3 minus 1? 1. That's the spiritual answer. Why? Because you have 3. You have the unmanifest principle, you have Brahman, you have God, then you have the mirror, and then you have the manifest phenomenon. So there's 3 different things. But 3 minus 1 equals 1. All you do is take away the mirror. When you take away the mirror is gone, and the image is gone, and you're left again with Brahman. Next slide. So how do we perceive the universe, us, in this limited? We think we're limited. Swami tells us we're not limited. We have no limitation, but we think we're limited. I think I'm limited, right? So how are we perceiving the universe? We're not seeing a Satya. Satya is truth, truth that never changes. So we're not seeing the truth. But it's not Asatya, because there's something there, right? There's something there, so it can't be Asatya. So it's not Satya, it's not Asatya, but rather it's relatively real. It's a mixture. We're seeing a mixture of Satya and Asatya. What's the Sanskrit term for that? Mithya. So Mithya is how we perceive the world. It's not Satya, it's not Asatya, but it's kind of a distortion. So Swami gives this example many times. If you're walking down the road, your garden is right there, there's not a lot of good light, and there's what you think is a snake, right? So you walk in and you think there's a snake there. But when that haziness of the light is taken away and you have more pure light, then you could see, oh, it's really just a rope. It's not a snake. So this is a metaphor that we think it's a snake because our perception, our awareness is a little hazy. But once we have the light of realization, we realize it's the rope. Doesn't mean the snake was never there. It was mithya. It was a little bit of truth, a little bit of untruth. Next slide. So this is a beautiful explanation that Swami has just simply given us. From the scriptures. In a very, very simple manner, he's explained this to us. So, what is really most important to know? And here Swami says, why worry how the cosmos was born? Or when it will die? Why worry about that? Worry rather about yourself. That is the lesson emphasized by the scriptures. Know thyself. Once you know yourself, everything else will automatically become clear. Next slide. So what should we be doing? Should we be sitting here figuring, reflecting about Mithya and Jagat and Avyakta? Should we be sitting around thinking about that? What does Swami say? Very much like the question of the origin of creation. Another problem that generally worries man is, how did this ignorance happen? The solution has been provided by sage preceptor Vasishta to Sri Ramachandra. Rama, he said, rather than entangling yourself in the inquiry regarding how the ignorance entered man, I would exhort you to be engaged in efforts to get rid of it. So instead of worrying about the origin of the universe, the destruction of the universe, focus on your own self. How do you yourself become enlightened? Next slide. So going back to our fundamental question, what is God? This is Swami's direct quote, God is the embodiment of love and truth. Truth is God, love is God. Live in love. Fill your heart with love and lead a life of love. Love everyone because God is present in all in the form of love. Next slide. What else has Swami said about God? The only word by which we can describe God is love. Nothing better can describe Him. God is love and love is God. When you hold on to this principle of love and develop love-to-love relationship, you will attain the state of non-dualism, of seeing. Non-dualism is seeing that we're all one. We're only one. There is no other. Next slide. So then, what is love? Talked a little bit about what is God, what is love? What does Swami say? Swami says love is the first quality. Love was the first quality to emerge in the process of creation. All other qualities came after it. Therefore, fill your hearts with love and base your life on it. Next slide. Swami says love is life. Love is the very nature of life, as burning is the nature of fire, or wetness of water, or sweetness of sugar. In fact, love is life. And love can be attained only by love. Next slide. Swami says that love is beyond mind. It's beyond speech. Love is the fruit of love. Love is comparable only with love. Love can offer only love. Love cannot be described by poetry. It cannot be proved by the mind or spoken by the word. Next slide. Swami says love is what binds us together. The whole world and the objects therein are interrelated by the bond of love. It is love that binds the human race together. The world cannot exist without love. Love is the flow of consciousness. And this is kind of I think a little bit of an esoteric quote, but I think it's worth delving into. And this is in Prema Dara, which is letters Swami has written to devotees. Love is the subjective mental condition consequent upon attachment which a subject develops towards an object. In other words, love is the experience of the flow of self-consciousness towards an object. So love is what binds us. It's our own consciousness connecting to the consciousness that we perceive to be outside of us. And when our perceived inner consciousness and that perceived outer consciousness are attracted to each other and realize it's one consciousness, then we have that true Satchitananda experience. Next slide. Swami says love leads to oneness. Liberation happens when you love every being so intensely that you are aware of only one. Next slide. Swami says love expresses itself through service. And we saw just a sampling of the wonderful, wonderful service all of you are doing. And every time a group, not every time, but many times groups would come to Swami and say, Swami, what message should I bring back to my center? And most commonly Swami would say, do more seva, do more service. Love which expresses itself in service to all living things is the best expression of the love of God. There is no true devotion without such love. It is love which is unchanging and which does not mind any sacrifice in serving others. Next slide. Love is free of expectation. How many of us love without any expectation? The person filled with love of the Lord has great peace of mind, is pure at heart, and unruffled by adverse circumstances, failures, or losses. Love must be free from feelings of expectation. Love which arises out of a desire for something in return is not true love. Develop totally selfless and motiveless love. Next slide. We've all heard this many times. Love lives by giving and forgiving. Love is God, live in love, all is right. Let others live in love. Love lives by giving and forgiving. Self lives by getting and forgetting. Love is selflessness, and self is lovelessness. Love is everything. Next. So what about the avatar? How has he demonstrated love? Next slide. So what is the prime purpose of the avatar? What does Swami say? To promote the love principle is the avatar's primary purpose. To promote the love principle. Next slide. So there's a story. It's a story that Swami, about Swami. So they were in an interview setting. And a very sincere elderly devotee asked Swami a question. He said, Swami, how is it that you love us so much, Swami? You know all of our shortcomings. You know we're always doing something wrong. How is it that you can love us so much? Most of us don't deserve your love. We don't deserve it. We make mistake after mistake. How is it, Swami? And so Swami simply answered, love is my nature. I don't have to separately will for it to flow. It is not distinct from me. In fact, I do not even know what it is to be without love. Next slide. So another story. We did an interview, and the students were all gathered around Swami. And one student says, Swami, when we see you, we see God. We see God, Swami. What do you see when you see us, Swami? What do you see when you're looking at us? And Swami says, I see only light and love. In another instance, Swami responded to a similar question. Boys, as I see you all, I can only see an ocean of light. The light of universal consciousness. So Swami, when he looks, all he sees is love. All he sees is perfection. Next slide. Another story. Dr. Bhagia, one of the university professors. And he related this on a Radio Sai episode. I thought it was a nice story. In 1990, he had an interview with a lot of the MBA students with Bhagwan. And he shared how, during that interview, he learned such an important lesson that Bhagwan was driving home to them. And Bhagwan was saying love has 3 parts. And Dr. Bhagia was explaining how Swami exhibits himself those 3 parts of love. 1, love is selfless. Swami never did anything for himself. Everything was a sacrifice. His own body to the very end was a sacrifice. Changeless. Swami never changed. Always loved. Always was concerned about his devotees. The foremost thought were his devotees. Changeless. Not ruffled. And fearless. Always say the truth. Always do the right thing. Never worry about the results. Those who do the right things, that right thing will protect them. Next slide. So another story. It's related by Swami. So Vibhishana, we all know Vibhishana that lived in Lanka, the brother of Ravana. So Vibhishana came to Rama's camp and surrendered to Bhagwan. He surrendered to Sri Rama. And Rama accepted him. Anybody that surrenders to the Lord accepts. So Rama, even though many in the camp were wondering, could he be a spy? Could he be up to something nefarious? Look at what he represents. Rama accepted him, Rama, and he said, I accept anyone who take their refuge in me. So then one of the monkeys, Anga had a thought in his mind, and Rama said, share your thought. And Anga asked, Sri Rama, what if Ravana came and surrendered to you? What if Ravana himself came and surrendered to you? And Rama said, if Ravana comes and surrenders to me right now, I will go to Bharat, his brother, who's the intermediary person worshipping the sandals and taking care of the administrating the throne. I will go to Bharat and ask Bharat to give the throne of Ayodhya to Rama. You believe that? After all that Ravana did and is doing, if he surrendered to Rama, he would give the throne of Ayodhya to Rama. Such is the love of Bhagwan, of God. Next slide. Another story. Swami was known to visit many, many places, and he would many times stay at a wealthy person's home because they would have the accommodations. Many people would come and gather and wait outside, having a chance to see Bhagwan, catch darshan. So one time he was in Bangalore staying at a very prominent person's bungalow, and once Swami comes somewhere, word just gets around, you don't know how, throngs of people end up waiting outside, hoping that Swami comes out and gives them darshan. So this very humble cobbler with meager means found out Bhagwan was staying there. And he came, had no resources, no money. He picked some weeds that had flowers off the road because he wanted to give something to offer to Bhagwan. And he sits outside in line with his little ruffled rat-tat flowers. And then Bhagwan comes out. And Bhagwan comes up to him. And Bhagwan talks to him, accepts these flowers. And the cobbler meekly says to him, Bhagwan, can you come to my home? And Bhagwan said, yes, I will come. And the cobbler became so happy. But then Bhagwan started to move away and started talking to others. And then after a while, the cobbler realized, I never told him where I lived. And then so everybody filed away. Bhagwan went and he didn't know what to do. There's no access to Bhagwan anymore. So he was very dejected. And he started walking away and he felt like his opportunity was lost. Several days went by, and as the cobbler was walking down the road, a car comes up to him. And the window rolls down, and it's Bhagwan. Bhagwan says, come inside. Bhagwan took him in the car, took the car through all these side roads. This person never told where he lived. Bhagwan comes right up to his house. Comes into his house. Now, this caught him by surprise. Normally if Bhagwan was going to come to our home, we'd clean it, we'd do all of these preparations, and this poor man had a very meager, humble home. He had nothing to offer him. He lived on a day-by-day existence. So he was feeling very bad. The Lord has come to my house, I have nothing to offer him. So he was very embarrassed. And Bhagwan just sat down on a wooden stool, a tattered wooden stool. His wife went into the kitchen. There was nothing to offer him. There were maybe some crumbs that they brought. And this poor man was feeling so horrible. And what does Bhagwan do? Bhagwan manifests some food, distributes it to everyone, still takes the crumbs that the other cobbler gave him. And Bhagwan said, next slide. Next slide. Oh, it must have been the other one. Well, Bhagwan, I may misquote a little bit, but Bhagwan said, I have only come to give. I have only come to give, not to take. Because the man was feeling so bad, he had nothing to give to Swami. Swami says, I have only come to give. Such is the love of Bhagwan. Next slide. So this is a quote from Bhagwan, 1983. We all get enamored about Swami's miracles, right? Swami made me a ring, Swami made me a necklace. We get caught up on these miracles. Okay. And so, this is what Bhagwan says. People talk about Swami's vibhuti and Swami's miracles. But the real miracle is Swami's boundless love. It is this love which is inspiring countless devotees to engage themselves in selfless service. There is nothing greater than this love. You have all been drawn to me by this love. To give love and to receive love is my business. Next slide. So Swami, we've all heard this very famous quote, I have come to light the lamp of love in your hearts, to see that it shines day by day with added luster. That is the message of love I bring. That is the message I wish you to take to heart. And we'll do one more slide. Next slide. Swami says, start the day with love. Fill the day with love. Live with love. Spend the day with love. End the day with love. This is the way to God. Love more and more people. Love them more and more intensely. Transform that love into service. Let that service become your worship. That is the highest sadhana. So I pray to Bhagwan that each one of us fulfills his desire. His only desire is to transform each and every one of us. And so let us all love more and more intensely, more and more people, manifest that with more and more seva, and redeem our lives and redeem this world. So I thank you all once again for inviting me.
My humble pranam to Sathya Sai Baba to speak. His Swami teachings are ocean. It is very difficult to understand in one lifetime. But brother Axay Kalathia tried to explain as simple as possible. We know that as a surgeon, he has a very busy schedule, but during his schedule itself, his presence is very, very important. Thank you, Dr. Axay Kalathia. A Swami's pranam as a token of appreciation.
Anybody has a question for Dr. Kalathia? There's a mic here.
Om Sri Sayeeswaram, my noble pranams to Swami. Thank you so much for coming and giving us this talk. It's like God is coming and telling us to love everybody and to, improve more loveness. But, there's so much, at work or even at home, there's so much, what do you call, tensions or it's not easy to love everybody when especially they're being accusatory or, being not listening to parents or not listening from the things. So how do you express love in those situations when people are being creating negative around us? Maybe that's one question you can answer us. Thank you.
So I'll have to pray to Swami to try to answer that question. I think what comes to my mind is if we focus on the little things when things are going well, then that may become a habit. So if we focus on when we're happy thinking of God, expressing our gratitude to Bhagwan, then when things are not going well, we can think about Bhagwan. That's one answer, is to, when things are well, think of Bhagwan. And then it's easier to think about Bhagwan at other times. The other facet of that comes through is rituals. Rituals are very, very powerful. And yes, we have our formal rituals like yajnas, but even rituals that each of us have, right? Maybe you visualize Swami in the car, in their passenger seat whenever you're driving. Maybe you visualize. So even in the airport is not a great place where you can be loving, right? We're getting pushed around and there's craziness. But one of my rituals is, if I'm walking through the airport, I try to visualize Swami inside of it. So there's a hustle and bustle, and I try to feel the warmth, not just visually, but feel it. Feel that love, that warmth of Swami. And so if somebody cuts me off on the road, now I don't always remember to do it, but I try to remember, give them some love. Maybe they need love. So I think little rituals like that, as we incorporate them throughout our lives, then when something very tragic happens, we've already worked that muscle, so to speak, and it's a little easier to go down and find that love.
Thank you, brother. Swami says self-transformation. How do I know the self-transformation? It is not an imagination. It is not my imagination. How do I truly know that?
Yeah. The question was, how do you know that you haven't really imagined that you have self-transformation? So I think the answer is those around you will let you know. And if you're married, you know what I mean. Those that are closest to us will be the first ones to know if we've really transformed ourselves, right? So I think it's very easy to get deluded. I'm a devotee, I know grand philosophy, I love Swami more than anybody else. It's very easy to go down that road. And that's one of the reasons Swami gives us a spouse, because then they bring you back down to reality. So I think that's one answer, is how does everybody else view you? That's one answer. And then the other answer that comes to my mind is that one of the quotes I was going to show later is one of the students asked Swami, Bhagwan, please teach us meditation. Please teach us meditation. Meditation can, be very, very, attractive, right? Everybody wants meditation. And Swami says, yes. Meditation is good until you are ready to love. Meditation is good until you are ready to love. So we tend to underestimate the power of love. We think some, Kundalini yoga or this, Shakti, we all want these things, but love is so simple. So practicing love, how do other people view us? And that's another question somebody asked, very similar to your question to Swami. It says, Bhagwan, I've been meditating all these years. How do I know where I'm progressing? What level am I on in my meditation? And Bhagwan said, when you go to the center and the same people that push your buttons don't affect you anymore, then you know you're projecting the meditation.
I welcome Brother Sai Surendranath from Personified. We all can watch him here in front of us. He has graciously agreed. It is very early morning for him, with lot of activities at Personified, especially Swami's birthday. But it shows his love for Swami, and he has selected the topic Swami Love Personified. And his family, his grandmother met Swami in 1948, first time. And then the whole family down the line, they all have been coming to Swami. And Brother Sai Symphony himself, he came to Swami to study after his 10th class in the Sathya Sai College of Arts, Science and Commerce in Whitefield in 1977. from then on, he decided to be with Swami, and he got the opportunity to be in the proximity of Swami. And I also met him in 1977 during the summer course that time. So I keep relating that he is known to me very well, so I thought I can introduce. His bio is already there in the flyer, so I'm not going to delve much. And then due to the time constraint, I just say that we all love bhajans. Bhajans sung by Prashanti group especially, and the Radio Sai, everything. But the main backbone of bhajan is the rhythm. So I can say Brother Sai Symphony is the rhythm coordinator in Prashantalayam for more than 40 decades. Four decades, more than 40 years. And he still continues there, and he will himself let us know how he perceives Swami as love personified during his talk. I welcome Brother Sai Symphony. Just to check the audio quality, brother, can you just say Sairam? We want to listen to you. Please unmute yourself.
Sairam, can you hear me?
Yes. Now the floor is yours. Brother, please go ahead.
Are you able to see the slides too?
Yes.
Thank you. Are you changing the slides or I am doing it here?
He's doing it there. You can do it.
If I do, it will be better.
Yeah.
If I do, it will be better. Okay. Om Sri Sayeeswaram. I offer my humble pranams, please. I offer my humble pranams at the lotus feet of our most loving Lord. Inspiring and loving chairperson, Zone 1, Dr. Axay Kalathia, respected elders, all the dedicated members of Sai Center, dear brothers and sisters of Sai family, and the young and energetic, loving children blossoming in the garden of Sri Sathya Sai Center, Houston. My loving greetings to one and all from Prashanti Nilayam. Thank you for inviting me this evening to be with you all, part of 98th birthday celebration. Today, my topic is Sai, love personified. Brother spoke very nicely and extensively on various aspects of love and Swami's love, and how that love should be part of our system, our being. Today, I thought I will share from my perspective what is love and what is Sai's love. And Sai is love personified. Love cannot be explained in words. Love needs to be experienced. And we as students living at the lotus feet of our most beloved Bhagwan, we experience this love from various aspects and from various angles. Just like gulab jamun, which is soaked in sugar syrup. Why? To make it sweet. Let us all get soaked in Sai's love for the next 45 minutes so that we can experience his love and to be that love always in our life. Sai, love personified. We had umpteen number of opportunities showered upon us as students to be in this lovely small room, 8 by 8, called the interview room. We learned a lot from Swami, and Swami shared his love with all of us in this beautiful interview room. One day, when we were all gathered around his lotus feet, Swami suddenly asked, "What do you want?" We are all young, enthusiastic students, so immediately we say, "Swami, we want you. Swami, we want you." "Oh, you want me? Okay, you take me. I am here. I am ready. Take me." Look at this situation in our life. You pray, and God instantaneously, like 2 minutes instant noodle, He just agrees for your demand or your desire. And He says, "Take me." Where can we take Him? How can we take Him? How will I look after Him? Because we are students staying in the hostel. How can we take Swami with us in the hostel? So what to do? He is immortal. He is divine. We are mortal and normal human beings. So no answers. He just kept quiet, smiling. And then Swami passed for a while and then said, "Okay, why do you want me?" Again, spontaneously, we are very good in answering questions. Spontaneously we said, "Swami, we love you. Swami, we love you." "Oh, you love me? True. Is your love pure? Is your love selfless?" "Yes, Swami. Our love is pure, Swami. Our love is selfless, Swami. We always love you, Swami." "No, no. Your love is not pure. Your love is selfish. Selfish. You know, fish is better than selfish. Fish will eat all the dirt in the pond and keeps the pond clean, the water clean. But whereas you live in the society and dirty the society, you only focus on your name, your fame, your power, your position, your money, and confuse people around you. Selfish, selfish. So we didn't know again what to answer. We put our head down, and every word from Swami's mouth is Vedanta. Every word from Swami's mouth comes from Swami's mouth is a lot of lessons to learn, pregnant with meaning. And Swami said, "I want you," you said. "I" is what? Your ego. "Want" is what? Is your desire. And for yourself is your selfishness. But do you know? Swami's love is selfless. Swami always loves everyone. And irrespective of caste, creed, color, religion, nationality, I love everyone. Because my love is pure, the entire world comes to Prashanti Nilayam. Like ants run towards the jaggery or towards the sugar. Because of this sweetness, because of this sweet love, the entire world comes here. You have to be of that kind. You have to develop that kind of love. Okay, after the conversation, they were wondering how to develop such unconditional love. This unconditional love needs to have a new input, very important input, that is called what? Faith. We all know faith and prayer both are invisible, but they make everything, impossible things, possible. Then how to inculcate this faith? How do you know whether we have faith or not? Very simple thing Swami says. Can you start a car without an engine? No. Can you make sweet pudding without sugar? No. Can you walk without life in you? No. Similarly, without faith, one cannot feel or one cannot experience love. And that too Swami's love, which is divine love. The important ingredient is faith. What type of faith? Unconditional love, if you want to learn. That faith should be strong, deep in your heart. If there is no faith, nothing you will experience in life. We all, I seriously used to think, we all take our boarding pass want to get into the flight, and immediately we see 6A. So we run towards the 6th row and A seat. We always turn right. We never turn left. What is there on the left-hand side as soon as you enter the craft? You have the cabin, pilot cabin. So do you anytime go to him and ask, hello my dear pilot, do you know how to take off? Do you know how to land a flight? How many flying hours are at your credit? Do you question him? We don't. We just turn right, run to the 6th row and settle down A seat. You get into the train, you run for your coach, but you don't run for the engine driver to ask him, hey, do you know how to run the rail between two rails? You'll not flip this way, that way, isn't it? You have practice, you don't question him. You get into the cab and tell him, go to this place. And you don't ask him, do you have the driving license? Do you know how to drive the car? And on top of it, we go to the hairdressing saloon. And we lend our head, we bend our head, and we give to the hairdresser. And he has got sharp instruments, blade, scissors, whatnot. And we believe in him, we have faith in him, that he will cut my hair and not my throat. My dear brothers and sisters, you see, we have faith in pilot, we don't question. We have faith in engine driver, we don't question. We have faith in hairdresser, saloon. Everywhere we have faith. But when it comes to God, we question, where are you, God? Are you there? So if you don't have that faith, where there is love. That is why Swami says, where if there is faith, there is love. Love can manifest only if you have faith. I would like to share with you one of my personal experience. Faith is very important, and Swami's word will never ever falter. Faith in Swami's words. In 1979, after finishing my intermediate in Vrindavan, Swami used to ask, I am going to start a university. How many of you are ready to join, to come to Personified? Immediately we used to raise hand. And Swami picked up 18 boys and I was one of the students. And we were the first batch here at Prashanthi Nilayam. And when Swami started this university, mind you, there was no college building, no hostel building. So the Ishwarama High School, the first ground floor was Ishwarama High School and first floor was college, institute. And in Mandir, you know that in front of Kulwant Hall you have this, on the right hand side you have East Prashanthi Extended Block. East Prashanthi Extended Block was the place where, near the Rama statue, today also you can see that block. That is the place where we all used to stay and some boys in the shed. And there is no place for all of us to live. And Swami permitted all of us to sleep in this place. You can see this, the old Mandir. Those days, no Kulwant Hall, open to sky. And Swami gave us permission to sleep on the sands here and in the portico. And we used to sleep near the bhajan hall door. We used to sleep in front of interview room door. And there was a short gentleman by name Bahadur, watchman. He used to start waking up from 4 o'clock. He'll start pulling one by one, Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram, because he can't make noise. Swami's upstairs. And 5 o'clock, Om Karam Suprabhatam. So we used to pile up, roll our bed and start running the moment he wakes up. So this is how we lived. And that is how we enjoyed his proximity. That's how we enjoyed his love. And he permitted to stay in his bungalow, sleep in his bungalow. We used to sit and read, learn. But today you can't enter. Entry to Kulwant Hall is restricted. That was a beautiful time, glorious time we had with our beloved Bhagwan. So, our routine. Every day morning after breakfast, we all will sit in the portico. Swami will come, give us darshan, and then take a group for interview. And when Swami closes the interview room door, then we all get back to our college. That is a routine, everyday routine. One day, one devotee, foreign devotee had come. And we all used to sit in the portico, and the upper portico, all the guests used to sit. Swami came out of the interview room door and looked at this gentleman. Hey, when did you come? He said, Swami, yesterday evening I came, Swami. Very happy, very happy. How is your family? All are good? Swami, all are good, Swami. He said, very happy. Sit down, sit down. And he was kneeling down and telling Swami, small request and small prayer. Yes, what? Swami, I brought a gift. Gift? What gift? Swami, I brought the latest Benz car as gift to you, Swami. Car? For me? Oh, no. I already have 2-3 cars. Why one more? Keep it with you. Very happy, very happy. Sit down. Swami, please, Swami, sit down, sit down. And Swami gave him namaskar and walked away. This gentleman, every day, very religiously, morning and evening, used to request Swami, and this went on for 4, 5, 6 days. And we were all seated around that area, and Swami created a situation where we can react. Swami's action brought reaction in our thoughts, in our mind. Swami is love. Swami says, I'm embodiment of love. And this poor gentleman very lovingly brought this car as a gift to Bhagavan. And Bhagavan says, no, I don't need, keep it with you. Why can't Swami accept? Why can't Swami do something to honor his love? So there is a reaction taking in our mind. This went on for 4, 5 days. Then one day, Radha Krishna, who was an old student, he was a senior to me, and he used to stay 24 hours with Bhagavan and he used to take care of Bhagavan. He's from Muti and fantastic driver. He used to drive down Swami to all the places. Swami called him and Radha Krishna came. This gentleman has brought some car, I believe. Bring the car, we'll go for a round. Oh, he felt immensely happy. The devotee was full of joy, tears in his eyes. He said, Swami finally agreed to accept my loving gift. And Swami came to this end and stood there, and Swami saw the car. And the car was green color. The moment Swami saw green color, Swami didn't like the color. Swami said, green color. Oh, like that Swami did. But immediately what Swami was doing, Swami stood there in that slope there here, and all the boys were seated, and Swami looked at the boys and said, So boys seated around Swami didn't understand what exactly Swami was indicating. Swami again said, Then again we did not know. Then Swami showed the hand and said, go get into the car. Immediately around 10 boys rushed towards the car and got inside. And what is the situation there? In the front seat next to the driver on the left-hand side, 2 boys squeezed in. And behind, 4 boys, 3-seater, 2 boys sat, leaving a little place for Swami to settle down. And on the lap of those 2 boys, 2 more boys were couching like that. Then cute little Krishna, little Swami, loving God, he slowly went the other way, settled down in the gap, and then closed the door. The car started. We were all very happy, felt very happy. Wow, what a chance for all these boys. Today they are very lucky and they are driving down along with Swami. So like that we were all, feeling very happy, elated, and smiling with full of joy. We settled down. Swami's car left. 15 minutes over, and then Swami car returned. When Swami's car came back, only Swami got down from the car, no boys. So surprised, we were all wondering what happened to these boys. And then Swami looked at us and said, you are all thinking what happened to the boys, right? See, time up. You all have to go to the college. And you have to walk from here to Isharanba school, which is very far. So I thought I can as well leave the children there in the college so that they need not walk all this way from here to school, college. And then Swami laughed and we also laughed and everything was done, settled down. These boys left their books. So we carried the books and then met these students there in the college, Sri Sayeeswaram school, first floor. Then next day morning we were all seated, Swami came. Usually those days the trend was, if Swami comes out of the interview room first, then it is darshan. Instead, if Radha Krishna comes first and then Swami comes, that means Swami is going for a drive or Swami is going out of station. That is the trend and that is the understanding for us. And that day, Radha Krishna came out. So we were wondering, why Radha Krishna came out? Is Swami going to Bangalore? What happened? Swami never told us that Swami is going to Bangalore. There is no program in Bangalore. But what Radha Krishna did, he brought the same car once again. And the car was parked. And Swami came and stood in the same place. And now Swami said, Now everybody knows what means. So immediately 10-15 boys rushed, pushing and pulling each other on the sands. Got into the car started. Second day also this happened. Third day also this happened. Fourth day, I was sitting and enjoying this, and Swami also was enjoying all the fun that is happening. Then I felt, what a fool I am. Simply sitting and watching. There are guys getting 2 chances, and he's trying for 3rd chance. Like a fool, I am sitting, I never make any attempt to get into the car. Then on the 4th day, I decided, come on, today I will also try. And I did the same thing. But what happened? The boys, they had 3 days experience. And for me, that was the first day. I fell down. And Swami laughed and car left. Nothing happened. 5th day, I have decided, come what may, I will also push and pull or even if need be, I pinch some boy and get into the car. I was ready. So I did the same thing. But what happened? My effort was 50% successful. In the sense, my left leg, my left hand partially was inside the car. My right hand and my right leg is outside. And Swami is coming that side to get into the car. Already 4 boys are there. I was requesting, hey, please man, help me man. Just adjust here. I'll have to put my right hand and right leg inside. Please man, adjust here. Help man. Hey, no place man. There is no place to come inside man. So the conversation was going on. Meanwhile, Swami came the other side. Swami happily settled down. The door was closed and the car was not starting. Swami was wondering why the car was not starting. Then Swami peeped this side and understood my predicament, my situation. And Swami lovingly looked at me and told, hey, ఇప్పుడు దిగు ఇంకో tour పిలుచుకెళ్తాను. Hey, now you get down. I will take you another day. Now you get down. Who told me? Bhagavan Baba told me. What he said? You get down, I will take you another day. Wow. I came out. I myself closed the door and I was the sole character coming from the car towards the portico and everybody was laughing. I said, guys, laugh. Swami told me that he's going to take me. So tomorrow you see what is going to happen. Now you guys are laughing. Now I was feeling inside with my, and then came and sat there. Next day morning, white pant, white shirt, I am ready. I stood, I took my vantage position there and then I was looking at Swami. Swami came. Swami stood next to me only and I was looking at Swami like this. I was under the illusion that Swami will look at me, hey, go. And I will go first, and then the boys will follow me. You see, my big ego. Because Swami's words, Swami assured me that he will take me. So I was looking at Swami. Swami didn't bother about me. Swami said, everybody rushed, got into the car. Swami also got into the car left. I said, Swami, you ditched me. Swami, you told me that you will take me, but you didn't take me at all. You left me here. I felt very bad. And dear brothers and sisters, that was the last day. After that, what happened? There was engine problem and the car was not in working condition. The chance of taking boys every day was stopped. And I also forgot. So this happened in 1980. I finished my BCom, 3 years. I finished my MCom, 2 years, and I applied for research, and Swami gave me the opportunity to teach in the junior college. And then I was the first to get appointed there as a student, first became a teacher there. I said, Swami, whatever you say, I will do. And I became a faculty member in Commerce Department. One day, one of my colleagues was not well. I had to go down to get some bread. The previous day it rained. And near the primary school there is a slope and all the sand was there on the road. And that was an old bicycle. And when I was pedaling that, my knee hit the handbar because I was holding bread on one hand. And finally, I tumbled, fell down, and I was admitted in the hospital with a fracture and a hairline fracture and a ligament rupture. So that time Dr. Alreja had already told Swami and got prasadam for me. So what to do now? I said, sir, I have to go for playing tabla for bhajans. No. Doctor told me, no, I already told Swami. You can't go and sit there and play tabla. It's not possible. And Swami told you to take rest. Sir, how long this will take? Minimum 4 weeks. Oh my God, 4 weeks I cannot go to mandir. No, it has to settle down. I said, okay. But those days, Swami after morning lunch used to go for a drive till Enumanapalli, crossing the boys' hostel. And I used to stand near the gate with the help of 2 of the people in the administrators from the hostel. Opposite, now you can see the International Stadium, that was a mango grove. Sangita used to stay, and this side, myself used to stand. And Swami, every time when he comes, he will bless that side and he will bless me. And this was happening for 2 weeks, 3 weeks like that. One day, Swami looked at me and he said, hey, tomorrow is Krishna Janmashtami. Will you come to Mandir? I said, Swami, if you permit me, I will come. How will you come? Swami, cyclical rickshaw is there. I can come easily. Then Swami said, okay, come for tomorrow's program. So immediately, I got ready and went to Mandir the next day. And I was seated there and enjoyed all the programs. Swami used to go there, feed the cows, feed the elephant, and take arati. And everything is over. All the cows goes back to Gokulam. And very religiously, every time Swami will finish his lunch and go in car to bless the rest of the cow and the family members staying in Gokulam. See, that is the beauty of Swami. Most of the people sit in AC room and command others to do the job. But here is love personified. He goes down to the last man in the line. And he goes down to Gokulam and bless each and every one there, giving namaskar, giving prasadam. That is why Swami is pure love. And Swami's love is selfless. It is unconditional. And Swami never sees small and big, rich and poor. His love is equal to everyone. It is up to you whether you want to enjoy that love. The choice is yours. But his love is always overflowing. Now, I was seated there. And the in charge of Portico said, everybody left, you also have to go. Then I told him, sir, I can't go because, my cycle rickshaw is outside. And if I sit in the cycle rickshaw and if Swami car comes, it looks very odd. Once when Swami get into the car and go, leave, and then I will go in cycle rickshaw. He said, okay. So I was sitting near the door. Swami finished his lunch. Loving Lord opened the door and Swami sitting alone there. Hey, hostel ku poleda? You didn't go to hostel? Yes, Swami. I will go to hostel, Swami. How will you go? I said, Swami, cycle rickshaw is waiting outside. What? Cycle rickshaw? No cycle rickshaw. And he told that in charge, Kaildas, Mr. Kaildas and Radhakrishna, Swami's driver, help him and make him sit in the car. So I was hanging on the shoulders of these two. I was hopping from the Bhajan hall door to the car, and Swami was walking behind me, seeing me how I am hopping, and I got into the car, and then Swami came and sat next to me. Dear brothers and sisters, this is a beautiful car in which Swami took me. I sat inside. Not many boys, only me and Swami. driver and one guest in the front. Cool breeze, pin drop silence, beautiful aroma. What a divine feeling. You just cannot explain that. You just have to be part of that and experience that feel around you. That is being with the divine. That is being with this love. That is why this is divine love. I was so elated, so happy. And Swami directly took me to Gokulam and told Radha Krishna, be with him. I will go bless the party, bless the rest of the cows and other people, and I will come back. And they gave Arati and Swami came back. Swami got into the car and Swami took me to the hostel gate and then to the building, and there Swami told me, get down. So everybody around, Swami, today is Krishna Janmashtami. Anyway, you came to the hostel. Please come inside, Swami, come inside. No. How will I come? I will not come. I came to drop this boy. No, Swami, please come, Swami. Hey, is the way to call Swami? There is a protocol. Your warden is in charge of the hostel. He should officially invite me. Then only I will come. I just cannot barge in like that. That is not correct. So warden was standing next to him only. So immediately, Swami, please come to Swami. Hey, warden, is this the way to invite Swami? Wherever on the road also you will invite. There is a procedure to invite Swami. So like that, Swami, for every question he has got ready-made, instantaneously answers to refute. And finally, they all pounced on me. Hey, you ask Swami, man. If you ask, Swami will come down. So I turned and Swami, please come, Swami. Shut up, get down. I brought you here to leave you. I didn't come here to get into the hostel. I brought you here to leave you in the hostel. Get down, Swami said. And then Swami gave namaskar in the car only. I took his loving blessings, came down, boys helped me, went to my room and I sat. Then it stuck in my mind. 5 years back, when I struggled to get into the car, this loving Lord gave a word. ఈ తూరి దిగు ఇంకొక తూరి నేను పిలిచికి వెళ్తాను. Now you get down, I will take you another day. That another day was not the next day. The another day took 5 years. God alone knows what is the right time to answer our prayers. That is the beauty of this divine love. That is why Swami says, Sathya is my prachar. Swami always speaks truth. And whatever comes from his mouth is truth. And that is why he is Satyanarayana. So therefore, that is the beautiful experience that I got from Swami, where Swami's words will never fail. Many question me, Sai sir, we all pray, Sai sir, but why prayers are not answered? Yes, prayers are answered and some prayers are not answered. Both these conditions are there. But we always find fault with God. When I pray, there may be fault in me also. But I don't look inside, but I look outside. I want to find fault elsewhere, but not inside me. First, we have to assess yourself, are you in the right position to pray? And how are your prayers? What are you praying for? What you're praying for is okay or not? These are the conditions we don't question, but we question God. I prayed and you didn't answer. You failed. So now the situation is, why prayers are not answered? Whenever you ask God, many times we get frustrated if our prayers are not answered. We get dejected. Sometimes we lose faith in God. We should not believe in him here. The prayers are not answering. So God will test you, shake you. But still, God wants to see whether you are consistent or not. That is based on the faith. So what are the 3 reasons Swami always says when you pray, whether your prayers are answered or not answered? Why? What are the 3 reasons? The first reason is there faith in your prayer? Most of the time, when we pray, we don't have faith. We don't trust ourselves. We don't know what we are praying, whether it is okay or not. So when we pray, Swami, please, I want this, I want that. And at the same time, there is an element of doubt in our heart. Whenever you have an element of doubt in your heart, then the prayers will never be answered, because that will be strong force in your mind. More than the prayer, your element of doubt is dominating. That is why we say, when you doubt yourself, even God cannot help you. There is a famous quotation we always say, God helps those who help themselves. First we have to help ourselves. Then we should have the faith. Then when you pray, then your prayers will be answered. Then we say, sir, my prayers are full of faith. I trust in Him. I believe in Him. And I am praying. In spite of that full faith, God fails to answer my prayer. Then yes, maybe your prayer is full of faith and trust and confidence in God. Even love is there in that prayer. But why God is not answering your prayer? The reason is, Swami says, when I see you, and when I see the faith in me, when I see the love, your love for me, I really want to bless you. But I know your past, I know your present condition, and I know your future. And I know the past is past, forget the past. The present, you are happy, everything is fine. But I know the future is uncertain, and in future you are going to get into big trouble in your life. So God feels that right now you are happy, right now you are contented, right now everything is going good. But the days which is going to come, there is a turmoil, there is a cyclone in your life, there is going to be trouble in your life. Then God decides, instead of blessing this soul now, if I bless during the time of turmoil and trouble, maybe that will save him. So God postponed to answer, but it is not denial. We don't understand that. We only question, Swami, with full faith and full love, I prayed, but you failed. You never answered my prayer. So therefore, postponement of the answering your prayer, but not it is not denial as such. Then third reason. What is the third reason? Many times when we pray, we really do not know what we are praying for. And God knows what you are asking for is dangerous for you and dangerous for in your life. So God decides, this fellow is in illusion. He is in Maya. He is getting distracted. And so he is getting attracted to something else and he is craving for it and he is asking for it. And he is telling, please bless me, please bless me. But what he is craving for, what he is asking for is not good for him. So what God does, he just keep quiet. That means what? He not answering your prayer. Dear brother and sister, not answering our prayer is also an answer. God's denial is also a blessing. Rejection is God's protection. Only if you have such faith and when you surrender this true love, you really understand yourself, you understand Swami, and you know why your prayers are answered or not answered. So therefore, unless you surrender to God and you feel oneness with this God, you will not really appreciate and understand. So this is not instantaneously become, it is an evolution process. Slowly, step 1, step 2. I want to go to height. There are 10 steps. You can't straight away go to 10 steps. One step, you climb. So every time when you climb, there will be trouble, there will be confusion, there will be all sorts of things that can happen. But we have to cross it. When you climb, you need energy, you need strength, you need faith, you need consistency, you need God's help, you need God's love. Unless you have all these things, you just cannot climb. You will tumble and rumble and crash land. So therefore, all of us in our prayers, please pray. Pray with intense love. Pray with intense faith and pray with intense love. But never ever question God. You remember, I asked Swami and Swami told me that he will take me. But my prayers were answered not the next day. It took 5 years. And he decided to do that because that was the time which very much it is needed for me. And he took me as a royal guest, not with the crowd of 6 boys and 7 boys. So God knows when to answer. God knows how to bless you. Leave it to him. When you surrender, he will render his service. If you don't surrender, he will never render his service. If you want to surrender, you must have faith. You must have love. I will share one more very interesting situation and wind up for this evening. We all know this beautiful interview. And most of you must have gone into this and had a one-to-one conversation with Swami, and you all must have got blessed with your family. Everybody has got a different story. See, the beauty of our Swami's love is everybody will stand and talk about Swami. And when everybody talks, everybody's experience is unique, is different, it is never common. Why? That is why Nitya Nutana, always ever new, ever fresh, which is God's love. But whereas all our love is unique, it is same, there is no change. But His is always fresh, ever change, ever new, and ever attractive. One day, a group of foreigners were called for interview. So all of them came and sat. And usually Swami will open the door and tell all the group of devotees to go inside, and he'll be the last to enter and close the door behind. That is a procedure which Swami always follows, and I used to sit near the door. So one day a group of foreigners, they're called, and Swami said, go inside. So they all got up and they were about to enter the interview room. And that time suddenly Swami asked the in charge of the group, hey, how many of you? He said, Swami, 15. Oh, 15? Yes, Swami, 15. No, not 15. Yes, Swami, we are 15. And this in charge started counting the heads. And last he counted his head. And he said, Swami, we are 15. Swami said, no, you are not 15. So he got puzzled. He thought maybe somebody else is joining the group. He peeped this side and that side. There is no one else except this small group. And then Swami said, okay, if you are 15, you are sure, get into the interview room door, close the door, and sit inside the interview room, how much ever time that you want, and whenever you want to come outside, you come. I will be here only. Swami, what we will do inside the interview room, Swami, because please, you have to come. How can I come? You told 15. If I come, it will become 16. So how can I come? You did not count me. You only counted yourself. So go, enjoy inside the interview room and come. I will be here only. Then everybody prayed, Swami, please Swami. We are not 15. We are 16, Swami. 15 plus 1, you Swami. Then Swami laughed. Everybody laughed. Element of, surprise and love engulfed everyone. And then all went inside the interview room and everything is done. Then after 1 or 2 weeks, once again, the same group got the opportunity to get into the interview room. Again, they all gathered there and sat and waiting for the opportunity. Swami came back from the rounds and Swami looked at this group and said, go inside. All of them got up. And then again Swami looked at this group and said, hey, how many of you are going in? And the entire group is now very, very intelligent. They got trained the last time. They said, Swami, we are 16, including you. They said. Swami said, no, wrong. Yes, Swami, 15 plus 1 yourself, we are 16. No, not correct. So they were wondering again, what is wrong? Because whenever such question comes, the group will always become jittery. The Swami will tell them to go back. So they didn't know what to do. Puzzled, confused, looking at Swami. And Swami said, hey, I am in you? Yes, Swami, you are in me. Where? In my heart, Swami. Hey, I am in you? Yes, Swami, I am in you. Swami started asking 4 or 5 people. And everybody said, yes, Swami, you are in me. You are in me. That means how many of you? 15. I mean all of you? Yes, Swami. So 15 plus 15, we are 30. We are not 16. Wrong answer, Swami. So immediately all of us laughed and enjoyed the beautiful, enlightenment. And then again the group went inside. Interview got over. After 1 week, the group in charge during the morning darshan, he was kneeling down and he prayed, Swami, we came here for 1 month and now we are getting back and tomorrow is our last day, Swami. If Swami don't mind, can you give us one more opportunity? Please bless us, Swami. Tomorrow morning we are going and if you can call us for another interview, bless us, give us prasadam, we will feel immensely happy, Swami. Please, Swami. So when you pray with so much of intense love, this love will melt. This love is like butter. It needs only warmth. It doesn't need fire to melt this butter. Just the warmth of your heart is enough to melt this sweet butter. And immediately it agreed. He said, okay, so tomorrow you are going? Good, go. And the entire group came, sat, and once again, when they were about to get inside, the same question. Hey, how many of you? So this time they understood, yes, it is not 15 plus 1, 16, it is 15 plus 15, 30. And everybody is saying, Swami, we are 30, Swami. You are in all of us. 15 plus 15, 30. Swami said, wrong. Again wrong. Yes, Swami, you are in us. You are with us. You are in our heart. So we are 15 plus 15. Then Swami looked at him and he said, I am in your heart. Yes. I am in all of you. Yes. That means when I am in your heart, you and me are different or you and me are one. Swami, when you are in our heart, you and me are one. When you and me are one, how it can be 30? 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. I plus I plus I is I. It cannot be otherwise. So therefore, I am in you. You are in me. We are all one. We are like to everyone. Wow. Everybody felt very happy. Got into the interview room. You see here how Swami teaches the highest philosophy in a very simplest manner. The first, I was trying to think, the first day, 15 plus 1, Jivatma, Paramatma, they are different. Devotees and God different. That is Dvaita philosophy. Correct? Dvaita is two. God is different from human beings. So, God and the human beings are different. So therefore, 15 plus 1, that is Dvaita philosophy. Next, 15 plus 1, God is in all, God is in everything. That is Vishishta Dvaita. And the third one, you and me are one. That is Advaita philosophy. This is how Swami, just like that, talking, he brings down the highest philosophy in the simplest manner. That is the beauty of living with loving Lord. My dear brothers and sisters, Swami is embodiment of love. And Swami says, you and me are one. And every time Swami always quotes this statement, I separated myself from myself to love myself. I always separated myself from myself to love myself. That is why Swami, when he sees us, he always says, Prema Swarupullara, Divyatma Swarupullara, because God sees himself in us. But whereas when we see others, we see the power behind that man, money behind that man, position behind that man, but you don't see yourself in that man. That is the difference between God and human being. God sees himself in all, therefore nature is God. But our nature is distraction, confusion, chaos. We don't see anything properly. Why? Because two ingredients are needed for us. One, the faith. Second one, the love. If we can develop slowly all these things, I think we can definitely be at least small dot, just like Swami, small, a grain of sugar. Swami is sugar candy, but at least a bit of that sweetness can be in us. So therefore, all of us should definitely practice and then do it. Why we are not successful in that? We are not successful in that because of this reason. What is the reason? Such a mighty elephant is tied up with a small rope onto a peg. Don't tell me this elephant cannot free itself from the thin rope and a small peg. But the mighty elephant is stuck to this rope and stuck to that peg because it is surrendered to that. All of us, you and me, we are surrendering to ourselves. Ourself is what? Ego. We are bound by ego. I. So you remain there only. You don't progress in your life. But what Swami wants, surrender to God. Instead of surrendering to yourself, surrender to God. When you surrender to God, you are engulfed by love. You see the small parrot happily settle down on the arms of our beautiful Lord. The moment you settle down, you surrender to Him, He is looking at the parrot. He is engulfed, the parrot is engulfed with love. All of us should be like that. We all should come to this lotus feet. We all should come here, and then Swami's love will suffocate us, will engulf us, and He will change us, our attitude, our behavior, and all the time we will also think of Swami, and Swami will think of us. So therefore, we'll have to move on in our life towards this direction. Dear brothers and sisters, every heart, Sri Sathya Sai ke paas, that is going around now. For this birthday, what is that we can present to Baba, present to our dear Lord? The simplest thing that you can do is give Him that love that He wants. He's craving for your love. Give Him that. That is His property, which He shared with us. He wants that back. The more you give, the more you get. So therefore, for this birthday, all of us, let us fill our heart with faith and love. Allow Him to take birth in our heart and be with us all the time. Today's takeaway, what you are is God's gift to you. Your life today, your family, your position, everything today what you have is God's gift to you. But what you become is your gift to God. Let us change. Let us start loving everyone. Let us share this love to all and enjoy and seek His blessings. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity to be with you all. I hope I have not taken much of your time, and I pray Swami to shower His immense blessings and grace on all of you and your family too. Thank you. God bless you. Jai Sai.
Sairam brother, we are filled with love of Swami after listening to you the last 40 minutes or 45 minutes. So I would like to request Sister Pavitra to post any questions. If any questions have come from our group, please ask the questions and brother will answer. Sorry.
So, Sairam brother, Sai Surendranath, it was wonderful and a pleasure listening to your stories. I think we'd like maybe if you can spare a couple of minutes in your close proximity with Bhagwan, how he was so relatable as a mother, father, friend and a protector. I think some of those you already touched in your experiences. But anything that you cherish and have so much gratitude of Swami's presence in your life would be wonderful for us to listen to. Sairam.
Thank you, sister. Yes, there are so many situations are there. But I would like to share with you very, very intimate to me. And if I am today here permanently and not moved out of Prashanti Nilayam for 50 years, it is because of that. We were very old devotees. My grandmother came to Swami's Lotus Feet 1948. And my grandmother was the instrument. Because of her, the entire family is here. And my son is the 4th generation with Swami. And we have a lot of experience, but one is, father, mother, fine. One experience which I would like to share with you people is in 1980, when I joined here, Prashanti Nilayam, first year, that time, our warden, one day he called me and he said, Sai, there is a message from Swami, come to my office. So I went to his office and he called me and he said, Swami wants to tell you that from today onwards, you are not supposed to ask even 1 paisa, 1 rupee from your parents. Whatever that you want, you always ask Swami and not your parents. And Swami told me to tell you that you are his son and not your parents, and he will take care of you all through your life. Don't disturb your parents and don't ask anything from your parents. I said, okay. And Swami said that he will look after your hostel, your expenditure, everything he will look after. Don't ask your parents. And he said, tomorrow morning, you sit in the front line and take Swami's blessings. I said, yes, sir, I will do that. Next day morning, I went and sat in the portico and Swami opened the interview room doors. 7 o'clock, Swami came straight to me and he said, I will take care of you, and he blessed me. And dear brothers and sisters, from that day onwards, in 1980, I never asked my parents anything. And this beautiful, loving Lord, every Guru Purnima, every Dasara, and every Swami's birthday, he used to call me to the interview room and he will give me dress, safari dress, both pant and shirt. And then he will give me money for stitching charges also. And every time when Swami, so I never bought, I never have any other clothes other than what Swami gave me, all through my life. And every time when Swami leaves Prashanti Nilayam, Swami used to go to Hyderabad, Swami used to go to Chennai, Swami used to go to Vrindavan. Often, whenever Swami leaves Prashanti Nilayam, he will call warden and he will put money in an envelope. And warden used to say that Swami used to lick the envelope edge and paste it, and there will be, those days, 1,000 rupees, 1,500 rupees, Swami used to give to warden that envelope. And they said, go and give this to Sai. He needs for buying toiletries, he has to, for dhobi charges, for haircut, everything he needs, so give this money. So Swami looked after everything, all my toiletries, all my needs, day-to-day needs, everything Swami looked after me. Tell me, what more I need in my life? Today I miss him. Today I miss him a lot. He brought me up, and from that day onwards, I never moved out of this place unless Swami sends me out, or whatever Swami says, Swami's command, I will always do that. So that is how Swami brought me. And Swami always says, you guys can't even understand your mother's love. How will you understand this mother, which is 1,000 mothers' love? It's true, very true. We can't understand our mother's love, but his mother's love is immense. We just have to swim and sink in his love, never question. You just be part of that love and be loved and nothing else. That is how our Bhagavan, Baba, for me, was mother, was my father. Whenever I was in trouble, I used to ask him and he used to guide me. He was my guru. and he was my God to look after me, my body and soul together today. So this is how in my life Swami was father, mother, guru and God. And he kept me, looked after me, got me married, got my son to become a doctor, everything he did. I have nothing to do, I have nothing, no regrets in my life. That is the beauty. And I'm sure Swami has done this kind of thing to many different souls, many different devotees. Me is only a small example, a drop in the ocean. It is not that Swami has not done for anyone. I am just a drop in this ocean of love. That is my experience. That is how I love Swami and Swami looked after me. Like me, there may be so many thousands and thousands of devotees, not only in India, all over the world, they are there. And that is what is attracted to Swami. That is what people crave for Swami. That is why people come to Prashanti Nilayam, because of this unconditional love, selfless love, pure love. So let us be part of that love. We are really very fortunate, brothers and sisters. There are lakhs and lakhs of people, they do not know about Swami. There are lakhs and lakhs of people who knew about Swami. There are lakhs of people who have seen Swami. There are only very few of them who lived with Swami. There are very few of them, Swami accepted them as a devotee, where you and we are part of this journey. And Swami loved us and loving us. So therefore we are definitely blessed, manifold. We are definitely blessed. We do not know what we have done in our life, or past life, or our elders' prayers are answered on for us. We do not know. First thing is not to question, but to be in this love. Believe in this love and become love. Thank you, sister, for recollecting my beautiful days. Sorry, silent. Sorry for being
Sairam brother, this question is maybe in many of the people's mind. Some of us, Sai students, we had the opportunity to be with Swami physically, and then we have seen his love personification in different occasions. Now, do you have any suggestion or tips for the devotees who didn't get that opportunity, especially those those devotees who are out here? They either later joined Swami's organization, or different ways they came to Swami. So how I know that you have been continuously there with the same enthusiasm. You attend the bhajans, everything, as you have been doing in the physical presence of Swami. What made you, and how you are able to keep that momentum of the love for Swami? Can you please share a few thoughts from your side?
Yeah, you mean to say the new devotees, people who have not seen Swami, experience Swami?
Yeah,
is that the question?
Both new devotees as well as people who got the chance, and then now they feel that after Swami has gone into the cosmic form, we are not able to see Swami in the physical frame. So how to overcome that?
Yeah. I will try to explain this in a very simple way. We all go to temple. My question is, why do you go to temple? You looking at God is important, or God looking at you is important. You looking at God, you can look at God everywhere. In your house, altar you can see, in the hall you can see, in the passage you can see, wherever you put God's picture. Not necessarily I am telling Sai Baba photo. It can be Lord Venkateshwara, it can be Muruga, it can be Jesus, it can be any God. You keep God's picture everywhere and you keep looking at these pictures. Is that very important? Or please question, God looking at you, it is very important. And I am sure all of you will agree with me. You looking at God is not important. God looking at you is very important, because God looking at you is blessings. You looking at you is nothing. So we need that blessings. In order to get this blessing, what you and me are doing, we go to the temple, we go to the church, Why are we going? Why are we going to the temple when you see God is in your house, God is in the photo, God is in around the corner? Then why do you go to temple? We go to temple because we see the deity there. We see God there. The temple is His house. This is your house, your home. And temple is His house, His home. So we go to the temple and look at the God. And when you go there, what happens? Imagine there is a Krishna, there is a Rama statue. The pujari is a liaison between the God and devotee. And what is he doing? He is taking a plate with a bit of camphor in that, and he is ringing the bell and going around the idol. And when he is going around the idol, what is happening? You are able to see the features of that beautiful Lord Rama or Krishna, and immediately we feel elated, we feel happy, the love gets engulfed in us. We feel something is happening in our system the moment you see that idol. So that means what? God is looking at you. When God looks at you, this transformation comes. The joy comes. You bubble with new energy. But when you are looking at the same photograph in your house, nothing happens. But why this happens? Because God is looking at you. Therefore, the same situation, I will answer the next question. All of us, for new devotees, including me, all of us, none of us have seen Rama. None of us have seen Krishna. But we heard Rama stories. We heard Krishna story. We read Ramayana. We read Mahabharata. And after reading all that, the entire life of Rama and Krishna, and we know that is God incarnate. Rama is one avatar. Krishna is one avatar. Remember, you and me have not seen. Have you seen Rama? No. Have you seen Krishna? No. But from where this love for Rama came? From where this love for Krishna came? This is already inert in us. The divinity is inert in us. It has to be triggered. And it is triggered only with faith and love. So we have that faith, Rama is God. So we are going. So where is your love for Rama? How it came? Do you say that I didn't see Rama, I didn't see Krishna, so I cannot love Rama, I cannot consider Krishna as God? No, you don't do that. You are worshipping him. Krishna Janmashtami, Ramanavami, all these programs are going on. Though we didn't see Rama and Krishna, we accept them as God. Similarly, those devotees who missed the bus in this lifetime, that you did not have the opportunity to be part of Sai organization, and you did not come to Puttaparthi, or unfortunate that you did not get to know of him, and you never thought of him, and because of that, you missed it. Just because you missed it doesn't matter. We all missed Rama, we all missed Krishna, but still Krishna is blessing us, Rama is blessing us. This Sai too will bless all of you. So therefore, never think that you missed physical, so you are not closer to God. No. That is physical is nothing. You have to feel it here. Even when physically Swami was there, everybody did not get the opportunity. Why? Because they should feel it here in the heart, not feeling through eyes. That experience is very important. So for new devotees, we are very happy. Remember that you have been blessed now than never. Blessed now to be part of this organization. Blessed now with an opportunity to do something good, to change your attitude, to change your life, to bring change in you, and to start a new life. This is a blessing for new devotees. For the old devotees, remember, why do you go to temple? You must go to the temple to see to it that God looks at you so that you get recharged. That is why old devotees must come to Prashanti Nilayam. Just like you go to the temple to see Rama and Krishna or Jesus, you come to Prashanti Nilayam to see this sweet love. When the moment you come to Prashanti Nilayam, you get recharged. You are reminded of beautiful times and beautiful days and beautiful interactions, beautiful conversation with this Lord. That gets recharged. And you go as a new person. full of energy, full of enthusiasm, full of happiness, full of contentment. If you come here, I have a phone and the phone is drained, and if it has to be charged, you have to plug in. If you don't plug in, how will that phone get charged? So plug in to the headquarters, plug in to the Prashanti Nilayam, where Baba lived, Baba walked, Baba moved, and even today he is moving around all of us. So therefore, I think I've answered for the old devotees what they should do and how they should recapitulate and recharge coming here and thinking of old times. And for the new devotees, it is never late. Even now, you can experience this love, this Swami's love, by following whatever that he says. See, whatever Swami says, it is not for him. It is only for us, for our benefit. So therefore, I think I answered for both old devotees and the new devotees. We are all nothing like old and new. We are all in the evolution process. We are all same in God's eyes. We are all one. Sai Ram. Any more questions?
I don't see any more questions, brother. Thank you for beautifully answering those and also addressing everybody who's here. So there is a very large spectrum of people, including children. So I want to share a few moments, and I keep it short, for expressing my gratitude. First and foremost to our beloved Swami. Everybody who's come here knows that this has been a journey to get here. So celebrating Swami here together as a Sai family is, we have profuse gratitude to Swami for doing this. And when gratitude is when memory is stored in the heart, like you said, and not in the mind, because mind, whatever we write, can be overwritten. So this is, we have profuse gratitude to both the Sai brothers who joined us today and shared so much of your knowledge, so much of your love for Swami, and such wonderful takeaways for us to practice both to see God in everyone, to also, since God is love, to respect everything that is giving us love and express, also respect the love that we're giving to others. And as Swami always said, to love all and serve all, and should actually do that in service. So I want to also express gratitude to all our small members here who have been very patiently, or tried to sit very patiently over here, and done their best, because they have to be here for cake cutting. And thank you very much for everybody for joining us today and making this a joyous and a memorable occasion for all of us. And we wish you a very happy birthday, Swami, and we are going to keep working to make you very proud of us. Jai Sai Ram.
Yes, that's good.
Kids join me. Wait. I just want to stand here. Go ahead.
Knife?
This is another version. We're going to play it 3 times, but the third time we'll also have a karaoke there. Some of us got to sing, so you can also join with that in the third time. This is one more rehearsal.
Sri Sayeeswaram Sundararupam Kanakambadadharam Karunamurtim Sarvajanapriya Prema Swarupam Puttapartishwara Satyanarayanam Sabhaparinama Mapamagarisa Sasanisa Mama Rimapamagarini Papamapasasa Dasanida Mamapa Papamapasasa Dasanida Mapamagarisa Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai
Next is our turn. Is that?
Sayeeswaram Sundararupam Kanakambadadharam Karunamurtim Sarvajanapriya Prema Swarupam Puttapartishwara Satyanarayanam Sa
Remember your goal is nothing less than realizing your inherent divinity. It is difficult for anyone to get an opportunity like this. Among the billions of people in the world, how many desire to experience the divine? You are among the blessed and fortunate few. Make the best use of this supreme good fortune and transform yourselves into godly persons and help to transform others. Be always happy. Share your joys with others. This is true spirituality. Remember, love is God. Live in love. Truth is God. Live in truth. Bliss is God. Live in bliss. Be fearless. God is with you. When you go about with this conviction, God is with me. I am in God. You will have no fear. I hope by acting in this way, you will spread the peace and harmony in your respective country. Keep the memory of the Lord and His glory always with you. That will quicken your steps and you will arrive soon at your goal. Baba. Sai.
जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की
जय। There is Mahaprasad, so please remember to take the prasad with you home, to go home boxed. Keep it there. Just
What's complaining?